We're back today with Jessie Reyes, and she's one of these people that when you fall across her, you realize the depth, the quality, the liquid gold voice, and why so many people are following this artist. She is incredibly mesmerizing. That's the only word that I can describe her music, her performances. She's more sultry in her latest track that she has dropped, and yes, everybody, I will react to that as my second. But welcome, Jessie Reyes, to my channel. The bio and her musical links are all in the description. I have to go straight into what this song is about. I will say that this song was the song that launched her career, that really got her noticed. And to be different, we could have played the official video, but I like to search for something a little bit different. And I love the fact that I got a live performance because it's going to give you a different vibe. And vibes are what all my channel is about. Giving you different videos of the same song, but not what people are used to. And I don't think a lot of people who are Jessie fans would have seen this particular video. So let's hear her, because for all the subscribers of my channel, and thank you everybody, because it's such a pleasure to say that my channel has grown and grown and grown organically. Nothing bought, all I've worked very hard to get where I have, and I just got to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed and to everybody that has supported me in your comments. Thank you. But to all my subscribers, this is what I want to say. This video, like all my videos, are translated into over 32 languages. So look for yours, because you are going to enjoy this artist. That's all I'm going to say. Check out the description for more on her and her links, because we have to get through an awful lot about what she has said herself. And I'll try and keep it short and sweet. First of all, Jessie Reyes is a Colombian songwriter from Toronto in Canada. And she writes songs as if she was allowing us to peek into a diary of her life, let's say. Her love for music ultimately inspired and pushed her further into developing the music career she has now. Her hit single, which we're going to listen to, Figures, came out in 2016. So we're going back on my channel to the start, and I like to do that with all new artists, to introduce properly what launched them. And this launched her career, along with the incredible unique voice that she has and the outstanding writing ability as a lyricist. Can I say something to you? She is one of the best songwriters in the world. I'm going to say that now, and you are going to thank me for discovering her. This song, Figures, oh, where can I go? She said, first of all, it's a sad song. I'm trying to summarize what she said here. And Priest and the Beast and Shy were producers, and she was put forward on, let's say they were producing a lot of hit singles for a lot of top names. And don't be thinking that Jessie hasn't written. Dua Lipa is one of the people that she has written quite a few songs for. So there you go. And The Priest and the Beast and Shy launched her career because they discovered her, they wanted to produce her music, they gave her a chance. But this is what she said about them. They're dope. It's just really cool to work with producers who are like, if you want, you can stay and we can work on anything you want. It doesn't have to be for a pitch. It could be for your artist stuff. At that point, she said, I hadn't realized anything massive or anything, like little things I'd done here and there, but there was nothing that she felt was she could honor them with. So we were pitching for different artists that were huge in name and already established careers, but they were willing to put the time and investment into her and something she would write to give her a chance. That faith, she says, that they had in me, and the potential and freedom to create whatever we wanted together, in the recording studio, as she says, was dope. It was like making her crazy with, wow, I've got this opportunity. And anytime you work with somebody who's fearless in that regard, it's wonderful. Now, what she says about the song itself, it was late because I've been up crying and arguing all night, which is a joke, funny enough. And it's crazy because people are going out exploring the city. The city she's referring to is where this competition for producing and writing songs was happening, and she just happened to be in the same place, the right place at the right time. It's a summary of what went on. But she says about the song she created that with the producers was this. And I ended up staying up all night, messed up and heartbroken because she just split from somebody. And you can't really rest. So I woke up late and went down for the session into the studio. And I looked like hell. My eyes were puffy. It was rough, man. And so ironic to have people vibing with what she's about, her music, and what they knew she could do. And supporting the music from such a dark moment. Because when she went into the studio, she was brokenhearted in a dark place. And as she says, God has a sense of humor, you know. So who would have thought that one song that would start getting more people excited was one of the ones that came from one of the darkest times of her life? And that's what we're going to hear. And it was a song that launched her career. So I just want to say thank you to the producers, Priest and the Beast and Shy. You launched a fabulous artist that I've only just come across. It comes from her album entitled Figures from 2016, I think it is. And it's track 4. An incredible album to have in your possession, as I always say, simply because I've listened to 2 of them already and I had to stop myself. She's so addictive, and you'll find out, and you'll all say, but why? Take a listen.
God bless you guys, man. I hope you guys. Thank you guys for the positive energy. I'm so grateful to have this exchange today. I'm so grateful that you guys care. I hope this positively affects you, you know? And you guys don't understand. You singing along. That was my fucking heart, man. This is crazy. You guys want to sing it one more time? I know. Ready? I wish I could hurt you back. Love, what would you do if you couldn't get me back? You're the one who's gonna lose something so special, something so real. Tell me, boy, how in the fuck would you feel if you couldn't get me back? That's what I wish that I could do to you. Love to
Well, it got louder and louder and louder, I'm sure. I've got to say, not since Laura Fabian sang Je t'aime at one of her live concerts in Paris. And she literally held the microphone out because all the fans got involved. Think about this, everybody. This was the single that launched Jessie's career. And it resonated with everybody that ever heard the song. It made them feel, oh my God, that is so me. There was emotion, there was anger, there was an uplift, there was harmony. But it's so real, it's so real. I'm so glad, not the official video, but that is the video you had seen. Do you see how from the start all her fans just suddenly sang that song? Every woman in that place just said, that was me at some stage in a relationship with a guy, or a girl with a girl, or a guy with a guy. They were all part of singing along. But we often talk about Adele. We do, and maybe we saturated the market with Adele in a way that only she can write songs, only she. But Lady Gaga came out with a song recently. It was from the Maverick film. I forget what it was called. It's on my playlist. Check it out. But Jessie, I think, has wrote a song, an anthem, for all angry, broken heart women who have moved on but are still angry over that breakup. This song is for you. And I'll go through the lyrics pretty quickly because already we have surpassed what I would have thought would have been anything. It says, verse 1, figures, I gave you a ride or die and you gave me games, love figures. I know I'm crying because she won't change, love figures. I gave it all and you gave me shit, love figures. I wish I could do exactly what you did. She's too brokenhearted to say to herself, well, I'm so cold. I wish I could have just walked away and been like him, just walked away with my head in the air and not cared. She's quite glad she wasn't like that. But the chorus says, I wish I could hurt you back. See, this is where you 1 minute you're okay and then it sways to coming back being angry. Love what you do if you couldn't get me back. You're the one who's going to lose. Something so special, something so real. Tell me, boy, how in the fuck would you feel? In other words, this person walked away very coldly, obviously, without an emotion, without an upset, and just said, I'm on to the next. But she was like, I gave you my heart. But she says, karma will come back. You're the one that's going to lose. Because when a true person enters your life, and you're so like that, like this person was with her, so cold with people, karma does come back to get them. I've been there myself. Might be a gay man, but I've been there myself. My last partner was horrendous, and karma has come back to completely whip him back on the emotional front. But she says, if you couldn't get me back, that's what I would wish I could do to you. She could wish it, but it's not in her heart or her nature. So the anger will always manifest. If you're like somebody deep down, if you know how to fight back and be angry and be all of that, sometimes that helps the healing process quickly because there's something to relate to, if that makes sense. But if there is nothing to relate to and you're completely opposite and soft and would never do that, you do wish that you could have been much more like them to cope with what's going on. She continues, verse 2, figures, I'm the bad guy because I can't learn to trust love, which is something that happens to everybody. Once you're destroyed, you can bring another person back into your life. Sometimes it takes years. Sometimes you never trust anybody. And when you are in a relationship, you just want the sex, but you don't want the emotional attachment because you've become like that person that did this to you. You've manifested into them. You don't want to, but sometimes that can happen. She says, you're sorry once and you think it's enough. I got a lineup of girls and a lineup of guys begging for me just to give them a try. Figures. I'm willing to stay because I'm sick for your love. So, she doesn't care if it's men or women. People always flatter her because I'm sure she's an amazing woman. And they're saying, hey, I like you. Hey, you're something pretty special. But isn't it always the way that you like a badass? And you want a bit of that badness back in your life, don't you? I don't know why. Cora says, I wish I could hurt you back, but she can't, as I've discussed. Love what you do if you couldn't get me back. You're the one who's going to lose. Love what you do if you couldn't get me back. That's open to debate, and it would be far too long, this video, if I tried to get into that. But summary of what I would say is, love what you do. In other words, well, there you are, being cold. In other words, I wish I was that. To cope with what's happening, I just wish I could be a bit like that. If you couldn't get me back. In other words, I wish I could give you a bit of your own treatment. And you're the one who's going to lose. They always do. Something so special, something so real, which is what she's saying. That's what she was about. Tell me, boy, how in the fuck would you feel? So it's the anger right to nearly the end of the lyrics. How would you feel? She's trying to get into the psyche of this person and say, how would you feel leaving a person like this? But you know what, Jesse? Then it's worth moving on because a person like that can't think like you, wouldn't be able to come down emotionally and think. They've walked away. That's what they're about. Good luck. And that's what I wish I could do, she says, to be brave. To you, she finishes. In other words, she wished she could be the badass, to heal properly, to walk away, and she'd cope with life better. Unfortunately, not all of us are made like that. And remember the one thing why she was attracted. Two opposites attract. They always have, they always will. That's my analysis of the lyrics, everybody, to keep it as short as I can. Thanks for listening. I hope you like and comment. Look forward to your replies. Jesse, you're on board. Looking forward to the next reaction already.